Hi, everybody. Just thought I'd do a quick live and learn more about StreamYard and the process. Um, this is just an impromptu thing. And just hanging out. Hi, Blue Farms. How are you doing today? Hi, Scott. How you doing? I am just hanging out here. Thought I'd maybe invite some people up if I can remember how to do that. It's not letting me. Well, let me see something in a minute. Sorry, guys. I just, just testing things out and checking things out. And of course, my computer's being a little slow. Hi, Hugo. How are you doing today? Does anybody know how to post the link in the chat? Hi, Tim. Tiny Tim. How you doing? Let me see if I can invite you up, Scott, through email. If you want to come up. I know you're a busy guy. Okay, Scott, I sent you an email if you're interested in coming up. So I'm just, I'm procrastinating. It's my procrastinating Monday, Scott. I was thinking about all the work I needed to do. I've already raked leaves in the front yard and all that stuff, and I just procrastinating on getting a lot of packing done. I think part of my procrastination is we haven't totally closed yet, and after closing, we have like 59 days. And so I'm kind of procrastinating on that front because I guess I'm nervous about everything closing and all that stuff. So it's just a little crazy. And there's so much to do, so much to pack. And because we're moving so far away, to the almost to the eastern seaboard, it's from the west, from the west coast. It's just hard to wrap my head around what we should bring, what we shouldn't bring, to save space and to save money. What's even worthwhile bringing? Stuff can be easily replaced. So we're thinking of only bringing half of our furnishings and then, kitchen gadgets. What do you bring? What do you not bring? And thinking about just even like moving and, what haven't we used in a long time? Getting rid of those things and, we've already gleaned a lot of our clothing and all of that stuff. So we don't know what to get rid of and what not to get rid of. So, so we're just kind of going through things and just, what pictures do you bring that you have hung on your walls? And, because you're starting a whole new homestead, like right here. Here we kind of have a beach theme, and because we live on the West Coast, I have big dreams. So we don't know what to put up, what not to put up, and all of that stuff. What to get rid of. We're going through that kind of in our minds right now, slowly. My husband only works like 3 more weeks, and then he's done on his job, and we can really crank some things out. And we have to find homes for, the chickens and the ducks. I think we found a home for our chickens. So that's great. Not our chickens. Well, maybe even our chickens. So that's good. So we're excited about that. For our ducks, pretty much for sure. So we have to put those on Craigslist or whatever. You can't put them on Facebook Marketplace, which seems to be a better thing to do, but we can't. And so we're just got a lot to decide and work on and all of that stuff and figure things out. And I would love to hear from other people that have started homesteads on raw land and what kind of, what kind of things they brought from their home that really became valuable on their new land. And, we don't have a tractor. We have just a regular lawnmower because we're, in the city still. And, like we have some fencing here that's still rolled up because we bought enough and we want to bring that. So all of those great things. Hi, Garden State Gardener. How are you doing today? Hi, Yogi. Trying to figure out how to put the link in the chat there, and it's not. Oh, maybe if it helps if I have my cursor on there. I don't know how to do cut and paste on this computer, and that's the sad thing. If I was on my tablet, I could do it all day long. But so yeah, we're working hard on getting things together and figuring things out. My mother-in-law is coming at the same time, so now we have to sell her house, or she has to sell her house, but we're gonna help her move and get all that stuff together as well. And so it's just a lot to figure out in a little bit of time. 56 days. Closing should be Friday on our home. So understand I was getting outdoor stuff done earlier, and while your live was on, Yogi. So completely understand. I don't have a lot of pine needles. Well, I have pine needles too, but I don't have the kind that just individually drop the pine needles. I got leaves galore though, that I had to clean up. See, I don't even know. That's awesome, Big Dreams. I don't even know if I have like um time to sell everything. I know we're going to put a bunch of stuff up on Craigslist as much as possible, and if what we don't sell, we'll give away to Goodwill or whatever. We want to bring, even though we're not bringing our chickens, we want to bring all the like waterers and all that stuff, because on our land, of course, we want all those things. So that's what we'll be doing. So um, um, oh, there we go. Okay, there you guys go. If anybody wants to come up, just please show your face and I'll let you up. I would love to talk to people. Yeah, so there's just a lot going on. So not only are we packing up us, now we got our mother-in-law. We're going to help move over there too, because we have relatives in Tennessee, and the other relative is her son. So for her to move to Tennessee, she would be around family as well. So my stepson is also moving with us, and so which will come in really handy when we're building our house. So we still are going back and forth on pole barn or cement housing, basically. I think we're probably going to go pole barn because we can float more of that cash-wise than actually doing an ICF house, which is a cement house, basically. So, oh, hi from Wales. How are you doing? Lena? Am I saying that right? Hi, Klingon Princess. How are you doing today? The link is in the chat, so if somebody wants to come up, feel free. I know it's a busy morning and a lot of people are busy. Yeah, I want to bring all my stuff for my animal care. I don't really want to leave that behind because we're going to be getting rid of our chicken coop and all of that stuff. But I don't want to leave. I want to bring all the waterers and feeders and stuff like that. Stuff that can nickel dime you to death, because we'll definitely use it over there. We do one of our turkey tractor kind of thing is oh, nice. I'm glad you found my channel. Um, I I want to bring our turkey tractor because the way we built it, it's like in sections, because it's just a rectangle with a roof, so that we can unscrew those sections and just pack those sections up and bring those along, so we can get chickens and stuff right away because even if they're older chickens, something that's laying, or people have given up on their chickens or something. So we had a good weekend with family. My mother-in-law came down so we could discuss how we were going to do this, and so that's why I have more information than last week. And it's just a lot to figure out. We didn't know a week ago that she was coming with us, and so yeah, it's just um, one more layer, to everything. So, and I'm glad because my husband is really close to his mom, and so is um, my husband's son. So that makes me happy. Um, yeah, it is a big surprise. We don't know. Um, how it's all going to work together yet. It's it's just one more thing to balance out and figure out. And and she wants to buy a house there too. So um, connecting her with a realtor, and she lives in Washington. It's not like she lives right in our area, and so she lives an hour and a half away, and so juggling that and helping her. We're basically going to get like a big truck to pick up her stuff, bring it down here, put it on a truck where we're all packed together, and then have that go to Tennessee. And we found a hauling company that will haul our stuff there. It takes 10 days, though. They will haul our stuff out there for $2 a mile. So that's really good, considering. And then we don't have to drive our own U-Haul, and we can do some sightseeing on the way because we haven't had a vacation in we haven't had a real vacation since our honeymoon. We've had one or two weekends since then, but nothing that was a real vacation. So we're looking forward to on the way to Tennessee to seeing some amazing things, and so we're excited about that. It is a very long drive, and good morning, Victoria. How are you doing today? Um, it's about the same price as what we would do to haul it ourselves. Actually, it's probably cheaper than hauling it ourselves. Otherwise, we would haul it ourselves because we'd be trying to save as much money as possible. Um, so I'm sorry, I'm trying to copy the link again. Here we go. I'm learning, guys. It just takes me a hot minute. There you go. If anybody wants to come up and join me. So I got the sun in my eyes, but I'm sitting here so that I can do that. So yeah, it's a long haul and a long road, and just trying to get things together and figure things out. And no, it's too bright. You can see me well now because the sun's in my eyes. Yeah, it's just we're just trying to figure things out. Hi, Blue Farms. If you want to come up, I have the link above in the chat. And Nikki from Blue Farm, she's got some good videos out. Go and check out her channel. She lives. I won't tell you where she lives. She can tell you if she wants. She's just a fun channel and has a lot of animals and a really great homestead. So check her out. So yeah. So we're just step by step. So we're looking forward to that closing happening, and then we can get on our stuff and get moving on everything. And it's not going to be fun to get rid of our animals. Hopefully they get adopted from okay, I understand. Yeah, I hope they get adopted out. I mean, we're going to butcher our turkeys, but the rest of them, I would love for them to get adopted out. Because you get attached to those little stinkers. So, do we have property access near us? I don't know what property action is. I'm sorry. Or ink. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time seeing the chat because of sun being in my eyes. Maybe if I do my. There we go. I don't think so. Big Dreams. I thought this would be a good place to sit, but I'm totally being blinded. Maybe if I turn this way, you guys can still see me. That's good. I know that the community is really good in Tennessee, and so we'll be able to do like neighbors help neighbors kind of thing. We look forward to. The first thing we got to do on our land is get the infrastructure up. There is no infrastructure on our land whatsoever, and so first thing we have to do is take down some trees and bush hog, and then the next thing we need to do is get up the electrical, and then start building housing. We also need to put in a well and septic. Septic will probably come third. The first thing we'll do is and then we have to get a design for our home, and get that structured and everything so that we can go ahead and figure out where we're going to bring our electrical to. And the last kind of quote we had on electrical, because it's all the land was kind of bought around the same time. It was raw land for everybody who's moved in that area, and it's $50,000 just for bringing in electrical on the property. And so, figuring out how we're going to do all of that. And hi, Abby, how are you doing today? Just figuring that all out and working that out. It's daunting. I'm glad I have a husband who's an accountant and is good with all those numbers and crunching them and figuring out how much we can afford and what we should do when. So it is insane for electric, but we're looking at where our homestead is 160 acres. And because it's all raw land around us, it would be actually probably 25,000 more if our neighbors across from our land didn't just build. So we are very fortunate. We saved $25,000 because he built. And he built right across from where the entrance to our property is. So we're happy about that because then that saved us a lot of money. Because that brought the pole. There's a barn dominium on, I believe, the west side of us, of our property, that another property. And all these lots around us are like hundreds of acres. Hi, Courtney. I can send you the chat if you want to come up, or the link. Let me see here. I believe I sent it to you, Courtney, to your email. Everybody's probably busy because I jumped on in the morning just because I thought I'd just see how everybody was doing this morning. So because there's they're like 100-acre. The one beside us was 120 acres, and the other one that they're building a barn. Hi, King Poobah. How are you doing today? Um, they are um, so it's all big, huge lots, and so not only do we have to bring it from the street. Um, the As people started developing on their own land, it kind of slowly came up the street first, and so it was good that we actually waited to build on our land. Oh, I'm sorry, you're sleepy. You probably worked very hard yesterday, and still did not get enough sleep, huh? Um, so see you later, big dreams. So yeah, it's just interesting how that's all worked out, and so we're excited that we saved 25 grand on the electrical, and as soon as we get up there, we'll be start making those steps. We talked to um, a farm credit, and that's who we have our land through. If we were to get a loan, we don't know if we're going to do that yet. You have to have a job first. Hey, Garky.
Hey. I'm a wreck this morning. I
Oh,
only got like 4 hours of sleep.
oh, I'm sorry.
It was all Bruce's fault.
Yeah. Did he go on for a while last night?
No. We just like talked, like me, Bruce, and Bob, and then my husband came home from work, and like so we just like talked and talked and talked and talked about.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, there's a lot to talk about, right?
Yeah. I just like to blame it on Bruce because it's funny.
Yeah. He's not here to defend himself. Well, I mean, he's such a wealth of knowledge. I mean, you can talk to him for hours and hours, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, I mean, kind of crazy. Yeah. So, what you guys talk about all night?
Oh, military stuff. Just.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was your husband ever in the military?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
No, my dad was though.
Yeah.
But no. I don't know why Dustin never joined. I don't know.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It was right around the time too, like 9/11 and stuff happened when we graduated from high school and stuff. So a lot of kids. Sorry, I have a lot of schmutz on my glasses.
Oh, I feel you.
It was right around 9/11, so a lot of my classmates and stuff joined the military right after 9/11 and stuff happened. But I don't know. Just I never did because I'm too much. I don't know. I'm too much of a girly girl, I think. And I didn't want to be I didn't want to like entrap myself in something that I didn't think I could handle.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I had 3 kids when 9/11 happened, and so I didn't and my husband was too old, and I'm reading what Dustin's saying. He didn't want to die in the desert. I totally understand that. 9/11 is why my son went into the military, because he remembers how unsafe he felt. But he's that kind of a guy, and he ended up in the Afghani desert and came back not the same. So I understand when people talk about going into the military, I often don't want them to go after seeing his experience.
Yeah.
It does bring a lot of structure to people's lives, but when I mean, when you come back with such bad PTSD, and you're scared if a kid runs across the road, because in Afghanistan, um, the kids they would send the kids out to do the bombs, and sometimes they would run a wire across the road, and that would catch the trucks and blow up the trucks. Um, and so he came back, and so every time there was a kid that ran across the road in his car, he'd freak out. So because he saw the truck in front of him blow up. So it's scary stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't blame you, Dustin, at all.
Hey, Garden State Gardener.
So it's hard. So what are you guys planning to? You got your live tonight, and
Yeah, I have Media Monday tonight and the
Mhm.
after party.
Nice.
I really need to get working this week on filming a ton of stuff because
Me
we've
too.
actually made a lot of stuff out. My husband did, basically. He's
Some.
done a lot of new stuff outside with the garden and stuff. And I have three more films like just sitting in iMovie, just waiting to come out. And I just haven't got around to like doing a bunch of stuff to it yet. And
Right.
it's really hard this time of year when it's cold out, like to think of something to put out there.
Yeah.
That's why I do the lives to kind of carry me through the winter months.
Yeah.
But gotta figure it out. And I got a roast in the crock pot, so we'll be having roast tonight for dinner. And
Nice.
hey, Mary's Ranch, thanks for coming in.
We did another couple of roasts and to make shredded beef for tacos that we'll eat on forever.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I didn't think
Yeah,
about it that way.
shredded beef tacos. It's so delicious. I mean, and you can just throw it together so quickly.
Mhm.
It's a little salty for me though, and it doesn't help my blood pressure. So I'm like, but it's so delicious.
Hey,
So,
Purple Tea Bear.
hey, Purple
I'm
Tea Bear.
surprised you're up because you slept. Mr. Bruce was quite the partier last night.
Yep.
We had a good time though.
He was chatting. Even before I left, I was like, okay, I would have loved to stay up with you guys. That would have been a lot of fun. But I got to get up early in the morning and get the kid off to school, so it's hard. What about solar panels? Yes, we have thought about solar panels. They cost for what we want to run on our property. It's about the same amount actually. And then you have to replace the batteries. So, yeah, we have thought about solar panels. I mean, because we were talking about how it's like 50 grand to put electrical on our property. So, yeah.
Whiskey and Sunshine, they're the people you really want to talk to about solar panels. Because that guy's super smart. Like he explained it to me in a way that I understood it.
Right.
Because a lot of times solar panel stuff is like super complicated for me anyway, because I'm not that technical when it comes to stuff like that.
Me either.
He explained it to me in a way that I understood, and they have nothing but solar there and how they did it and stuff, and it makes sense, and
Right.
I don't know. It might be worth it. It just depends, on how much you guys are willing to put into it.
Right. Yeah. Well, Chris investigated solar panels for a long time because we were thinking about, as soon as we bought the property, we're like, we're going to do solar. Because, then you're off the grid. But see, out there, they don't sell back. They don't do the buyback. Because we're too far away from all the systems. So it's not like here in Oregon, if you put solar panels up, you can sell most of your solar or your power back to PGE or whatever. Yeah. So that's why we haven't done that.
Yeah. Makes sense. What's the temperature like there today? Is it cold or?
Oh, it's like 48.
Oh, okay. I think that's what it's like here. Just like cold and
Yeah, it's damp. It's
yeah.
really, really damp, so it makes you feel colder.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was just raking up leaves and then picking up those cold, wet leaves. I was like, oh man, I should put gloves on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was doing that out as I was getting Jonah on the bus. So just one of my things right now is like I want normally this time of year I would be doing like preparing the garden for next year and really focusing on my fall harvest, and I'm just kind of I don't know. I'm like, what's the point? I got so much packing to do, and but at the same time I'm like, well, closing is Friday, so I'm a little like leery to even start right now
Yeah.
until you know we can really get out there and
I
I
feel
don't know.
like I look a wreck right now, and I'm so sorry
You do not look a wreck.
because I just, I fell. Went to bed at like 4 a.m, and then my son woke up at 9.
Yep.
But I'm running hard because I want to make my channel a success.
Right.
So I'm running really hard. But this time next year, if it's not as successful as I want, I'm going to pull back just a little bit because
Yeah.
I'm somebody told me I'm burning candles at both ends, and I am a little bit. But yesterday, I was like so tired yesterday,
I was too.
and I messaged Bruce. I said, I can't. I'm so tired. Like this is
Ninja
painful.
Ninja.
He's like, well, you're probably low in iron. I'm like, I don't know. So I just took a bunch of vitamins yesterday.
Right.
I took B12s. I took
Are you taking D?
yeah, D.
Norman.
Yeah, so I took a bunch of vitamins yesterday,
killer
and I
dog.
feel better today. And I have stomach
Hi,
issues.
Thorhaven.
Hey, how you doing, Thorhaven? I
Hey,
have
if
stomach
anybody wants
issues.
to
Now I
come up,
bought
they
this
can.
marshmallow tea.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be really good for your stomach. I don't know if you ever watch She's of the Woods.
No.
This woman is amazing. She knows anything and everything about herbal stuff. Like she's
Right.
herbalist, and she lives out in Oregon. Actually, I think she lives in Oregon or Washington in the Blue Mountains.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember exactly where. I can't right now. But anyway, she has a bunch of land there, and she harvests most of her herbs from where she lives. This woman is unconventional. I mean, she has dreadlocks, massive tattoos,
Okay.
and
So
she
it's not.
swears a lot.
Yeah, it's not the lady that was on. Not Lost. The Survivor show. What is that called? Um,
Alone?
Alone. Yeah.
No, it's not that
There's
one.
an herbalist lady that. Well, she also like finds just stuff in the woods and stuff like that.
This woman is super educated. Like
Yeah.
she explains things that's like, oh, and she even says when she's like talking to, she's like, so easy, anyone can do this. Anyone.
Right.
She's like, you don't have to be an herbalist
Mm-hmm.
and buy, fancy books and take all the classes to learn how to do this stuff. She's super smart. Anyway, I was watching a video on Mallow on Marshmallow tea. She grows it herself. She makes, elixirs and stuff from it.
Yeah.
So I watched a thing on it, and she had me 100% convinced that it could help my stomach. So I bought marshmallow tea and liquid stuff from Amazon.
Good.
And I've been drinking. That's what I was drinking this morning to help my stomach, because like my stomach is just sore. It's hard. It's so hard to explain. It just like some days it just feels 100% wrong.
Like when you get sick, that kind of sore?
No, like burning, like raw. Like
Are you sure you don't have a An ulcer or something?
I probably could. So I've been drinking this mallow. I'm hoping that it heals my gut and my intestines.
Yeah.
So, but I've
Yeah.
been to the emergency room over my stomach before. So
Mm,
I
sorry,
don't really
Courtney.
know the extent of everything.
Well, they
And
should
then,
be able to tell you if you have an ulcer in your stomach then.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
then that and then all this nonsense hit, and I
Hi,
didn't want to go
Skinner
to the
Farms.
hospital. I don't want to be anywhere near a hospital.
Oh, I know. Who
You know
does,
what I
right?
mean?
Yeah, I know.
So,
I know when my mom went to the hospital when she had COVID, or sorry, the Red Dragon.
the
It's my
hibba
channel,
hibba.
but still, uh, I don't. It makes me so nervous when my husband goes off and will like say stuff like, I'm like, honey, he's like,
I know.
I don't
It's
care.
tough though, because it's in our normal language. It's what we
Yeah,
talk about every day
right,
sometimes.
right.
You
And
know?
yeah, um, yeah, when she went to the hospital, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm glad she's at the hospital, but I'm not glad she was at the hospital. And the way that they treated her, I was kind of really, really upset about. And then
Aw.
how they treated that other young lady too, I was just like, really,
Yeah.
really. So
Oh, we got a lot of poop troopers in here. Hey
yes, we
guys.
are.
Thanks
If
for coming
anybody wants
in,
to
hanging
come up,
out. Oh, okay, garlic. I eat garlic every day of my life, Citizen Guardian. I put it in everything. My husband yells at me because he's like, "You put too much garlic in here."
oh, I love garlic
I
though.
love it too.
Yeah, put
Um,
it in everything.
yeah,
Can I
I
come to
do.
your house and eat? I'd be totally happy.
But yeah, so I totally suggest watching that woman.
Right.
I'll send you the link through email or something. And
Okay.
yeah, she's super smart. Some of her videos though are like from 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
She has such a following that it just keeps it alive.
Right. Right.
Um, so, but yeah, so you can never get too much. I know, man. I just love it. I love it in my food. Too
It's
much
so good
garlic.
for you and for your heart and in your gut and all of those systems. I mean, it's so
Yeah.
awesome for you. Um,
Oh, Abby, yeah, you can grow marshmallow. Um, Mallow. You can grow it. I don't know. You have to look and see when you need to start it before your summer. Like
yeah.
you might have to start it like 3 or 4 weeks before you put it in the ground. But yes, you can grow it. And I the only place I've been able to see it is on Baker Creek's website.
Yeah.
They
I was
actually
gonna
have the
say.
seeds. I prefer I believe it can grow wild, but I prefer to buy seeds and grow it myself just for the pure fact that I know what is there and what is in it.
Mm-hmm.
That way I'm not trying to forage something and I don't know what I'm foraging. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
it's more of a controlled environment, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I prefer, and I don't know if I'll have that time to do everything from seed next year. Because um, I don't know how long it's going to take to get something on our property and have a warm place to start those seeds. And so, um, which is kind of really bumming me out, to be honest, um, because I just love starting from seed for that same purpose. I know where it started, what kind of soil it's been in the whole time, organically and all of that stuff. So rareseeds.com. Yeah,
Yeah, that's Baker Creek.
yep. So
They're the only ones I know of that actually have stuff like that. That's where I got my horehound. That's where I got my valerian root. I do have mullein seeds. I would really like to grow that. That's one thing of the woman, if she is of the woods, she did a tincture for garlic and mullein
mhm.
and made an eardrop out of it, so you can directly put it in your ear if you have an ear infection.
Oh,
I mean, it's really interesting stuff.
hi
I mean,
Josh.
if you can get past the swearing and stuff.
Right, right.
But she's so down to earth. I think that's why I like her so much.
I like down to earth. You know, well, it's so funny when um, Carol was cussing the other day, and she kept on apologizing to me because we're Christians, and I'm like, I'd rather have you be honest in who you and what you're feeling right now. And I have a real problem with I guess even other Christians that aren't that are so tight and so it doesn't feel honest to me. You know what I mean?
It doesn't feel real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go. I guess, yeah. And so, I mean, God bless them. And I think if you're raised that way, it's more real. And I was raised as a Christian, but my parents were always very real. You know, they smoked, and they didn't drink, but it's just be be authentic, be who you really are. And if you are having a hard time, and you're going through something, and you say a couple bad words, I ain't knocking you, you know. So
I agree. And
yeah.
I I learn from people. I learn about people like fishes, for instance.
Mhm.
She is who she is, but
Mhm.
she knows the Bible like you
Yeah.
wouldn't believe.
Yep.
And I learn more from her than I learn from some uptight person. You know what I'm saying? Like I learn more from her than anybody
Mhm.
because she is who she is, and I honestly think that's how you get the word out,
Right.
just by being who you are.
Right. Right. And loving loving people for who they are. And yeah, I think
Well,
it's just important.
Starhaven, I've been following you guys for a while. I know you're not Poop Troop members, but I we love you guys.
Yeah.
Like you're always on, like you always be on my panel. Like you guys are great, and we'll support you, and
In
we'll
fact,
watch
if
your stuff.
anybody wants
You
to
guys are
come,
100% authentic.
they
Like,
are. They are. I love
100%.
Thor Haven's channel. Have you guys got snow up there yet? That's my question.
That's a dirty
No,
word.
if anybody wants to, I know, especially for them. I mean, they're trying to get everything done before. I remember that. I remember my dad working so hard, but I didn't think about it when he was doing it. It was just part of, oh, we got to get ready for winter, and you got to winterize everything, and all of that, and so yeah.
Yeah, we
Um,
don't have any snow, but we heard it's coming in the forecast, so we were getting stuff prepared outside and stuff like that. And I want to
yeah.
get a huge thing of hay. My
Mhm.
husband's not going to go for this, but I want to get a huge thing of straw, not hay, straw, so I
Mhm.
can put it out there for the birds,
Right, to
so
walk
they
on.
have a little bit of a barrier. I wanted to do that. I don't know when I'll get that done, and honestly, I don't know where I'm going to get the straw, to be honest, because some places just don't have it. And I was at Tractor Supply and I didn't see anything like that there. So,
Um, they might have it like our feed store. You go and they have the cards. You know,
oh,
you go and you look for, like, they have a bunch of cards against the wall, and then you get one of those cards. You bring it up to the register, and
oh, and then you just go and pick it up,
yeah,
kind of
and
thing.
they put it in your car in the back. Um, so
Oh,
that's how ours works, even for our chicken feed. So I don't have to move it until I get home, actually, which is nice. So I love all these channels that are in here. They're awesome.
yeah, all these channels are awesome. Hey, Daz, it's good to see you. I saw you on over on Yogi.
Yeah. Yep. Hi, Daz. Daz has an awesome channel too. Which
Hey,
I was
homesteading
saying,
pastor, thanks for coming in.
hi, homesteading pastor.
I like seeing like I see these people all the time in chats. So thank you so much. Your support is amazing because you're
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yep. They are everywhere, and they're good people too.
Did you guys see Jinja Ninja's new video out there? It cracked me up. I laughed so hard. The one about the poop. Oh my
I,
gosh.
I still have to go back and watch that.
You have to watch it because it's so funny. That song was hilarious. By the way, I had to look up that song to see if it was copyrighted. And then when I found out it wasn't, I'm going to be using it. So
Oh, that's awesome.
thank you, Ginger Ninja, for finding that song.
Right.
Because I was like, that's freaking amazing song for the Poop Troop.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it when people put really good music to their videos and really get creative. It's so hard. My husband was talking about how are we going to film all of this, and he's like, well, that's where you know, he goes, I guess that's your job, honey, to be filming all of it and stay focused on that while he's building, and because we want to, like capture everything and just do all that stuff, and it's just so I don't know, like he was talking about good simple living and stuff like that, how they film all their stuff and catching everything, and I won't be surprised if my husband wants to crunch numbers and share that with people too, just because the accountant brain.
Yeah.
Because I think I wish more people did that before we bought our big piece of land, because I was trying to tell my husband, it's going to cost a lot for infrastructure. And then we buy the land and he looks it up and he's like, okay, it's like 150 just for the infrastructure, not even a house,
Yeah.
And so as we were thinking about all that, it's like I wish more people said that, talked about that. So
the Stivers, when I hate to keep name dropping stuff, but I love the Stivers and Grammy Karen. But the Stivers, when they lived at, I think it was they lived on his mom's property. They built a pole barn.
That's what we were thinking, either pole barn or ICF.
Yeah.
And we're starting to lean towards the pole barn because we can
do whatever you want to it.
Right. We're thinking about plus we'll have areas for storing stuff too, so we're thinking about taking like half of the pole barn and building an apartment in it, and the first room that we'll build in that pole barn will be our bedroom, or the master suite, and then build like the kitchen living area, because if we do that, we can just keep that room warm, so we're warm at night or cold at night.
You can always get all romantic too and put a wood burning stove in your bedroom too.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
We're also our mother-in-law is moving at the same time, and our son, and we have to move her too. So we're like, okay, but we were going to all move into a house and stay there together, but we're like, well, that's going to take money away from our build. So, and our brother-in-law offered that we could stay at their house. So we're going to probably stay there.
Yeah.
And then my mother-in-law will buy a place of her own, and maybe our son will stay there with her. And then we'll stay. We want to get on our land. I mean, we've been waiting. We've had the land for a year, and we've been waiting to get up on there and get things going. And hi, Victoria.
Well, I'm excited to have you guys so close. So,
hi.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I am actually doing awesome.
Oh, that's great. So, yeah, we're excited to be close to everybody too. Working on a project. That's awesome.
It's the hammock that I've been working on. I decided I'm going to go ahead and finish it off, even though it's not quite as big as I wanted it to be. I'm just going to, I can't really show you. It goes side to side on me here. It goes that much on one side and that much on the other side.
Uh-huh.
So it's plenty wide enough at this point. And it's made from paracord. All of it's paracord. So
Oh, wow. So what kind of, is it a big hammock
yeah,
for adults or?
yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'm 5'3", and it's a little bit longer than I am.
oh, okay.
So that I got plenty of room above me and below my feet. And my husband is 5'11", and he could lay on it. So
Wow. That's interesting. I've never thought that you could just like crochet your own hammock.
out of paracord, and
Out of
nobody's ever done
paracord.
it. I'm the only one that's ever done it. The other thing or I've
That's
made two of
crazy,
them
isn't it?
so far, is and I'm still working on it. I'm waiting for the 550 paracord, which is
I thought even.
this bigger paracord that I'm doing the edge with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for a glow in the dark
Hey,
green
Bob.
for this other project, which is a
Hey, Bob, do you want to come up here?
it's a sash,
Oh, okay.
and the sash, it has one pocket here, and then it's got the two bags that will be attached to the sash. This is the littler bag, and you can aim it. You can, if you don't like the way I put it on, you could take it apart and reposition it to the right, to the left, or whatever. And then there's going to be a bigger bag that I'll put either up higher or down lower. I'm not sure where I'm going to
Right.
position them yet, but it's a prepper kind of a thing, and because it can serve multi-purpose. I mean, you can take one of the bags apart if you need paracord, or you can take the harness apart and keep the bags to hold your things in. Um, but I made one other one for another guy on another channel. His channel name is Be Ready Today, and
Hmm.
he's a prepper type preacher guy. And so I made him one for his, as he called it, his pew pew, and
Oh.
to carry that on the front of him when he's got his pack on. It holds that sash in place. So you can put the sash on, have your pack on your back, and have whatever, your pew pew or whatever, in
Mm-hmm.
those pockets for easy access. So you don't have to take off your pack to get into it to get whatever you need
Yeah.
right away. You can have it right there on your chest. And this is only the second one I've made, and everything's made from paracord, which is kind of expensive, yes, but nobody else did it. That's why I did. So,
That's really cool.
but I started off with the hammock, just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because I thought, well, that I call it a hammock, but it's going to be a multi-purpose. You can, if you in a tent, you could put it on the floor like a rug, a floor
Mm-hmm.
mat, or you can lay it under you. And if you don't have a cot or one of those air mattress things, you could put this under you to keep you a little bit off of the ground,
Mm-hmm.
keep the coolness away from you.
Wow.
And you can take it apart if you need the paracord for other purposes. If somebody's injured, you can roll them onto this thing and then have people grab the edges and be able to pick them up and carry them to an area where they can get help.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of reasons or purposes that you can use it for.
Wow.
Laura, I'm gonna have to step down because I got a lot of things I have to do. But
Okay.
I love you.
I love
And
you too.
it was nice to meet you, Victoria.
Nice
And
to meet you.
yeah, So I'll talk to you soon, and hopefully I'll see you tonight at the after party, Laura. But it's up,
Yep.
I know it's late, but I love seeing everybody's face.
Yep.
And, I'll talk to you later, but keep
All
doing
right.
your thing.
Okay.
Love you.
Stay warm.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm not a homesteader, and I'm not a serious prepper. I do like prepping. It's like I just recently bought a dehydrator,
Mm-hmm.
and so far, and I've never done it before, but so far I've dehydrated some mushrooms, apples, bananas, blackberries, blueberries. So I'm kind of learning to dehydrate stuff too, and it's just fun. It just something I'm not doing it for any other reason than
Mm-hmm.
nobody else did it, and because it helps me to not smoke cigarettes as
Mm-hmm.
much. I don't drink. As you said, your parents were Christians, but
Yeah.
they smoked cigarettes, but they
Yeah.
didn't drink. And it kind of struck home with me because I don't drink. I don't do prescription drugs. I don't smoke marijuana or do CBD or whatever that's called, the oils. But I do smoke cigarettes and I do drink coffee. And so as long as I'm doing this, it's keeping my mind and
Are you modded, Ginger? Sorry.
my hands stay busy, and it helps me to not smoke so many cigarettes.
Right.
Thank you for letting me come up.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been up on your panel.
I haven't had that many panels, so I'm just.
So are you in an urban area right now? And
I'm
you're
in an urban area. Yes, we're in the Portland metro
property,
area.
you're moving to property outside of a town?
Yeah, we're moving to Tennessee from Oregon.
Okay, that's why I started following you, because you're just a hop, skip, and jump away from me.
Yeah.
I'm in Washington.
Ginger
I
Ninja,
don't-
go ahead and share any channels you want to share.
I'm about 30 miles from, 30 minutes, a 30-minute drive from Oregon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm right here in Washington in the
Yep.
Tri-Cities. I don't know
Okay.
if you know where
Yep,
that is.
I do.
That's where I'm at. So,
Yeah.
and I've got a few people I follow that are in Oregon, but
Mm-hmm.
I think I found you through Anne Marie.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yep.
and I follow anybody who is mellow
Yeah.
and not vulgar, and it's getting far and few between to find channels that aren't all hyped up on what's going on in the world, um, or using vulgarity to express their emotions. Um, and I guess it's because I am a pretty mellow person.
Yeah.
You know, I don't try to be all
I think
excited.
it's probably going to be harder to find too, Victoria, because there's just so much going on that it's I
Yeah.
love good simple living, Ninja. That's awesome. Um, yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Why are you getting rid of your animals if you're going to move out onto property?
Because animals do not travel well. Farm animals do not travel well. I mean, we're moving from Oregon to Tennessee,
Right.
so that's a long haul for those animals, and they don't travel well laterally. So I don't think they'd make it.
What kind of animals is it?
We have ducks and chickens, so it's not like you can um, move them very easily either.
Right.
You wouldn't want to put them in your car for that long, and you wouldn't want to. I mean, because it could take 3 days to get there. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, I don't think that um, the stress for those animals would just be way too high to move them. So
Um, well, I'm sorry you're going to lose your pets because I don't know about you, but I told my husband I'd be a terrible farmer because I wouldn't need anything. It would be pets, you
oh
know.
yeah,
But I
no,
don't eat meat, so
right, yeah,
I mean, I do eat eggs. I would probably utilize the eggs,
hmm
but the chickens would live their lives until they died.
yeah, and ours would too. I mean, I've raised meat chickens as well, and processed them and all of that stuff. So I don't have a
Right.
problem processing animals, but layer chickens, you kind of raise them more like they're pets.
Yeah.
So
See, I don't judge anybody that does eat meat. I mean, that's personal choice, just
yeah,
like anything else is supposed to be a personal choice. But
yeah, that could,
I'm not judgmental of people when I say usually when I say I don't eat meat, they think I'm going to judge them right off. My husband eats meat, and I even cook it for him. It's kind of gross for me to
hmm
cook it for him, but I will cook it for him because I don't expect him to be unhappy with his life because of my
right,
choice. So it's not a judgmental thing. It's just a choice. It's personal
right,
choice.
right.
And I love animals. That's my problem. I love animals. I'm too, I don't know, too affectionate to any living thing
Right.
except for fish. And then if people start telling me about fish, I have a hard time eating it for a while.
See you later, Daz. 5 a.m. Yeah, you're probably exhausted.
Excuse me, the noise. I've got a spool of this, uh, and it's in a box, so it
Yeah,
doesn't twist up on me too bad. And so when I have to pull some, it makes a bit of a noise.
right, right.
But I didn't mean for your friend to drop down.
Well, she is probably exhausted and has a bunch of work to do. So
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to come up and say hello. And I was, I don't have any input. Like I said, I'm not uh, a homesteader, and
right.
I do live in a 55 and older urban trailer park. Um, so I'm in city town limits, and our little our little lot is not truly big enough to grow anything except for flowers and shrubs.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I do prepping as a little bit as much as I can,
hmm
and I've been trying to slowly purchase stuff for my bug out bag,
Right.
uh, things like that.
I think it's better to
Water water.
slowly prep anyways. I mean, it's such an expensive thing to do. Um,
Yes, it is. And I babysit my great nephew, so I save up what I get from babysitting him to purchase whatever I'm purchasing. And
um, Fleeing on Princess. I haven't. It's been probably 5 months since my husband has seen our land. My brother lives there and he checks on our land periodically. Right now he's hunting deer on our land. But I have never seen the property in person, only in video. So he purchased the land when I wasn't there, and I trusted him because he knew what we were looking for and what I really wanted in land too. I don't know if I would have wanted. I mean, that was the hardest discussion was how much land we needed. I was fine with like 40 acres, but we ended up with 160. So,
That's pretty good.
um,
Are you guys gonna build a house? Are you gonna live in a RV or a tiny house or?
we're gonna build a house, or probably a barnuminium, and live with relatives. Yeah, I think the link's up above. I don't know if I can drop it again. I'm not very good at getting the link up there, Bob, but I'll try again.
You can pin it to the top and then you wouldn't have to drop it every time.
Yeah, but I don't really want to do that because of the
Yeah.
control problems.
Gotcha.
See, I don't know how I'm.
Well, hon, I'm gonna drop down.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me come up and say hello.
Okay.
And I'll pray for you that everything goes well with your rehoming of your pets and your go at the property.
Thank you.
God bless.
God bless you. Have a great day.
I'll be in your chat.
Okay. Bob, I'm trying to figure this out. I think it's if you scroll through the chat, Bob, it's above, but I don't know how I did. Technically challenged. I don't know how I did it before. So I'm going to try again, but. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to. Oh. This mouse is really bad on this thing. Got it there, Bob. There we go. Hi.
Morning, Laura. The Laura.
The Laura.
Laura.
Yeah, I don't.
You got some really fine people in your chat today.
Yes, I do. There's some good Klingon princess and so yeah, Klingon princess, yeah, it's so I will be seeing when we show up at our property and we go there, it will be the first time I see it.
Oh, I know.
Video.
You are so excited. I can, oh man, I would be beside myself, Same way with my house over in Mindanao.
Exactly.
Just like I've seen it in pictures and they made videos for us and on, but it's like, I want to get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's, I mean, there's like, we're always like, oh, you just, before we even, before we sold our house, I'm like, I just want to fly over there and look at it so I can help make plans because it's hard when you're like trying to think, okay, where are you going to put the house? Where are you going to do this? And when we were discussing that, I'm like, I just wish I knew the land so I knew where I wanted the house and I know where he wants the house and the basic like aerial map. And he's like, got it pinpointed on there. So
hey, that's fair to me. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, put your heads together and figure it out.
Right. So, I mean, that's the flattest part of the land, so we'll probably put the house there anyways. But
Mhm.
and that's how we've estimated how much it's going to cost for the electrical. Is that they went because our land is so raw, it doesn't even technically have an address, so it's more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So even though it's got like 60 acres that are cleared, so
Yeah, our place overseas,
hi Yogi.
ours was almost a complete surprise to me.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. had talked about a house and on and on,
Mm-hmm.
and then when we were there in 2019, we took a taxi ride there with my brother-in-law and my daughter, and like there it is. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
it was still under construction,
Yeah,
and it was delayed by over a year because of all the sickness stuff going on.
yeah.
But she made a good choice because she was a civil engineer over there
Mm-hmm.
before she went into medical field, and it's it's very mountainous there, and there's the house is the second from the very top of the crest of a hill. For
Mm-hmm.
any tropical storms and flooding, we're going to be sitting way up above it. Well, the building standards they use for the houses over there, the new ones are
Yeah.
really good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they but we can afford more than the average Filipino can, of course,
Right.
and man, they did a good job making that place. Pilings right down to the bedrock and all that.
Oh, awesome.
Poured concrete, steel reinforced concrete columns up, and the walls were steel reinforced concrete, and they stand them up and they weld everything together. And
Mm-hmm.
because my brother-in-law is watching the construction, he was there every day. I owe
Oh,
I owe that guy a beer, man. I'm telling you.
yeah.
And he would relay information back to Mrs. and she was a civil engineer,
Mm-hmm.
and make changes on the spot. It was wonderful, man.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, because of storms. That's why we were thinking of ICF too. But I don't know if we're going to be able to afford it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah,
We already have like um, an idea for a barn dominium is what they call them.
pardon the name. I like that.
Yeah, and we can cash flow a lot of that. So
Mhm.
just because we don't want to take on any more debt than we need to,
I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, Blue. Hey, Garden State. Good morning to everyone out there.
Yeah, some good people in here for sure. Anybody else can come up on that link if they want to. Um, I'll have to take the link down in a little bit though.
Yeah, got to be careful. Some
Yeah.
crazies.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the only thing we don't have to worry about over there is it's cold. It never gets
Mhm.
cold.
Yeah, you just have to deal with the heat,
Hmm.
and
I
that can
know.
be.
I know that. Well, the city that we're in is outside of the typhoon belt. They haven't
Okay.
had a typhoon in that city since the 70s. And
Oh, good.
yeah, but it's built to withstand typhoon winds and all that.
Yeah, it sounds like it with that,
Mhm.
steel enforced rebarb and all of that stuff.
Yeah, it's a steel roof with steel trusses and welded and all
Hmm.
kinds of stuff like that. So,
And a very beautiful home as well.
isn't it
The
though?
pictures, the pictures that you have shown us are really impressive.
Yeah, they have Mrs. chose the color of an orange color so that she knows I'm getting a little more feeble-minded as I get older so that I can find the house. All true. I said, "Hey, I appreciate that."
Yeah, yeah. So does it have a basement?
Not yet, but I have a shovel.
I was gonna say, where is Q gonna live?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to make a special one for her and for what's his name, Viper, that freaking
Mhm.
goofball. You know,
Oh, he is so funny.
he is, isn't he? Yeah.
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 And he was on a roll last night. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
yeah. He was in a
I,
good mood.
I was excited to see him in a good mood and on a roll. So,
Hmm.
yeah. I've
I
only
had,
known him stressed out about his Tennessee move.
which is clearly understandable because he's going to
Mhm.
have himself a wife in tow and his mom and
Mhm.
dad. And, things are not moving quickly, which in real estate they just don't.
Yeah.
I can understand him getting frustrated at times. I can clearly
Especially in
understand that.
Tennessee. I've heard a lot about that. Our land took a while to purchase too.
Hmm.
Um, it took but not as long as Vipers. But I've heard of a lot of people that are out there trying to buy farms and things like that. It taking up to 3 months. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was the only time I dealt with the purchasing the land and all that over in the Philippines was when my signature was needed because she knows how frustrated I get, and
Hmm.
it took a very, very, very long time to do this from overseas.
Yeah.
And oh, it was. I don't understand their government over there. It's much different than here.
Yeah.
It's similar, but it's different. And
Hmm.
give you an example, the private industry, like the contractors, the real estate, that's all done on computers. But when you deal with government over there, Laura, darling, they still use typewriters.
Oh wow.
So you can imagine how long it takes to get all these government clearances,
Right. So how did you have to go there and sign then?
No, we find an advocate um, who is a go between
Hmm.
with someone in Olympia, and there are people who deal with stuff internationally, and
Oh,
we had
okay.
to find
Yeah.
one of them, and we
Hmm.
had to find a suitable notary,
Hmm.
for international affairs and all that. And I remember signing a whole bunch of papers because Mrs. had the notary arrive at her work one day.
Right.
And she said, "Get down here, and the notary is here, so come." And
Right.
sitting there signing and all kinds of just page after page after page after page after page.
Yeah.
That notary then had to take it to some go-between person for international affairs, and so
Kind of.
yeah, she basically kept me out of it so I didn't get frustrated, and
Right.
which I can really, very smart of her.
Hmm. Yeah, my husband's that for me. I mean, he takes care of it, tells me where to sign.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same on this end. Yeah,
Right. And I mean, he's like, "You're just going to sign that?" I said, "Well, yeah, I trust you." And he's like,
trust
"But
you. Yeah.
honey, this is what you need to look at. Just make,
Hmm. Hmm. I know the feeling. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I do.
So, yeah, I trust him. And but I mean, yeah, we had to do basically the same thing. We had to have a notary here, and then they electronically sent the papers, and we signed them,
Hmm.
and then it got sent back to them. Um, so same kind of deal, but I'm sure the process of finding a notary that would do international is a
Yeah,
lot different.
yeah. That was somebody out of Olympia, the state,
Yeah,
state capital,
yeah,
and like that. And oh yeah, I mean, I really respect and admire my missus because she's got all the patience in the world, and
right,
and for me, it's like, uh,
yeah. I
I
have to
don't, I
do
don't,
this.
I don't understand this. I have no idea what
Yeah,
I'm doing.
like I'll just go grunt and do all the labor stuff and take care of all this and do all
Hmm.
this. But it's paperwork, I'm like, here you go, honey.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
how I am. If you need something painted or something built, I'll
Mhm.
handle it. But
Mhm.
paperwork, you've got your lady, your lady, you got the degrees, all these
Mhm.
education. You know these big
Mhm.
words. I don't know them.
Yeah, and him being an accountant understands the numbers too. It's like when we
Oh,
buy stuff, he
mhm.
catches people like when we're buying cars and just houses. Like, wait a minute, no, 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 no. This, no, you said this and this, and like especially purchasing cars, how they try to when you're doing a trade-in,
Uh-huh.
get more out of your car. Hi, um, um, but. Yeah, like when you're doing a trade in and they say they're going to give you this certain amount for your car, but then they enroll it into your payment somehow, that you're not actually getting. A lot of car companies like to do that. They're actually paying less for your trade in than they realize, and they enroll it into your payment. And they try to sneak that in there
Right.
a lot. And so he's caught two car dealers trying to do that since we've been married.
That's
Yeah.
cheesy, man.
Hey, Bramlin Hill, the link is in
The
the chat
fishes.
if you want to come up. And Fishes, if you want to come up, I can send you the link.
Oh, I was speaking with Brad last night,
Yeah,
off when everybody else bounced off. He and I spoke together for a while, and he told me all the benefits of living in Tennessee as a veteran.
yeah.
There's all kinds of benefits.
That's one of the reasons why my husband liked it there too.
Hmm. Well, like example is free hunting and fishing licenses for life for a
Right.
veteran. And I told him in Washington we get a discount on some things, but it's not free. We still have to pay, and on. And he told me quite a few things. It was like, wow, I can see why you chose Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah.
There it is, backwoods law. Bruce and I were talking last. I was just telling Laura about how he and I talked last night.
Yep. I just sent Fishes the link. So,
All right.
go
Well,
ahead.
I must be a pretty honest guy because I sent Courtney my email, and I know you can look people up through email. And then I sent Gil my email.
Right.
So I must be a pretty honest guy because he probably looked me up already and probably went, "This guy's boring." He's not a felon. He's not
Right. I'll send Bruce the link too if he wants to come on. There we go.
Who was it was teasing me? I think Courtney. I think she says, "Oh, you're done now." Maybe it was Fishes. I mean, you're done now, Bob. You gave your email to a federal agent. Look me up. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. All that crazy. I'm glad you. Yeah, I don't have your email, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was like, Courtney, come up here so you can send people emails that I don't have yet.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I have some of them, but not
Mhm.
all of them. But yeah, so yeah, we're the hard thing now, and I'm sure you guys are probably thinking about this too as you're getting ready to move up, is
Mhm.
what do we bring with us and what do we get rid of and what do we junk and what do we, you know?
Yeah, I'm going through stuff in the shop here, getting rid of stuff that's been sitting for years already. I've been doing that for months now and in the house.
Yeah.
And I guess the plan still is we're gonna, like I mentioned to some other folks, that we'll put forward a lump sum to help the kids get their own place.
Mm-hmm.
And that way we'll have some place to stay if we want to come back to the States.
Right.
I guess that's still the plan. I talked to Mrs. about that last night, and she says, let me get through this surgery first, and then I'll look into that step by step. The patience, and I think it's still $80 a box, that Bullock Bayan box stuff
Mhm.
that I was talking about. And, because I'll be
So,
sending a box full of my favorite canned goods over
mhm.
there. And then tools for my brother-in-law, tools for my sister-in-law, and
Mhm.
just do it step by step, just piece by piece. So.
Right. So, and then are they there to receive the boxes and put them in the house? And
Yeah, they have a large depot in Manila, but you have to understand the reason why it's so cheap is because all that stuff gets loaded on a ship, and
oh,
it takes month or more to get from
mhm.
here to there, and then it gets processed through in Manila, then it goes through a distribution process to each city.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was going to make a video today and show the family overseas, some of these kitchen tools that I'm going to polish
Oh,
up and send to them.
yeah. Yeah. I gotta get on some videos too. I've
Mm.
been I've been slacking lately. I gotta maybe make some pie crust and some pumpkin pie, and put that video out there.
If you make some homemade pies, UPS delivers overnight up here to Washington, just box one of them. All right. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen your cooking. You're good. I like your kitchen too, man. That's nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss the kitchen because it's gonna take us a while to get a good kitchen
Mhm.
again. So yeah, we're gonna miss that. And I love baking. So yeah, I'm gonna make some pumpkin pie from scratch.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
from the pumpkins that we grew in our yard. So
That's one thing I really like about your videos. You go step by step by
right.
step by step. That's
When my
that.
husband cooks, he's like, "Oh, I don't know, just whatever."
Put it all together and get
Yeah.
it hot. Yeah, yeah, I get
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, he's a really good cook. I wish he would show more step by step. Um, but it's hard when you don't or following a recipe. I think to go step by step, you just kind of know in your head what you want to do. And
Yeah,
so you're not thinking, it's like, or especially when you're like tasting something, oh, I just add a little more of this. And so I think it's harder for those cooks. But baking, you kind of have to, it has to be just so and just.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep. Bruce in the comments at Backwoods Law said the slow boat from China, but going to Manila. Yeah,
mhm.
that's one of the reasons why the shipping is inexpensive. Because it's once it gets overseas and it has to go different islands to transport again, and it's like, but we've got the time, so. My brother-in-law, I think I shared a picture in one of my videos of what he learned from his dad during the martial law, how to rewind electrical motors.
Wow. Yeah.
He learned electrical from his dad, and my brother-in-law was worked in the shipyards doing ship repair.
Hmm.
And so he's going to start buying tools and set up part of his house for doing that kind of work,
Hmm.
stable, steady work. He's got the gym. He handmade that entire gym himself with a hacksaw and a welder. You
Wow.
know, yeah, it's. I'll share that video with one of our chats, and he was opening a small store in part of the house. Those are kind of hit and miss because there's so many small stores in the neighborhood. But he's
Right.
he's gonna he's gonna start up doing electrician work, modular electrician work in his house. Hey,
Here. Who are you looking for? I was like, what? She got a
I'm
remote to get me
My
in?
battery is dying, so
Oh,
Yeah.
hey. Oh my gosh, I'm like so shiny.
I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick since you guys are
Shiny.
both.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'm stuck here alone with the fishes.
Yeah, I know your favorite. All nice and close too. Laura's got us
Yeah.
all like.
I like it.
I'm so bummed. That was a good talk last night, and then I had to go. My husband never went back to sleep after he woke up that one time.
Oh no!
I
Were you
gotta
in-
put up a sound barrier. That it's just gotta do that. I've been
Yeah.
thinking about it, but it's like getting the stuff to do it. I don't get out much, so
Were you
order it.
in trouble?
no, no, little
Kinda-
hug and a kiss, and
Yeah.
we forgot all about it.
Yeah.
Little touching of the butt, and he's like, "What happened?"
I know. I'm married too.
After 25 years, I was sorry, hon.
All the missus has to do is eat, hon, eat.
Aw.
And then, okay, all right, I'm all right now.
Come back to me. 5-pound mini sledge. What? What was this for?
What's that? What's?
Hendo got timeout for nothing. He's yelling. Oh, he's laughing and then he's yelling. He's laughing really loud and then
Oh, or
Somebody got put in timeout.
it's Citizen Guardian's fault.
Oh,
The bushwhacker.
you guys got to teach me how to do all that timeout stuff. I don't even know how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll teach
it's
you.
pretty simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I-
so
You really
I-
only use timeout if you kind of know the person and they're being naughty.
Yeah.
okay.
If they're
Okay.
being
Like my
naughty
husband?
from the that day we said we put
A couple
timeout,
of lives
put it in the
ago,
corner.
my husband was last Tuesday. My husband was in the side chat, and some was it Aquarius put him in timeout.
Oh Lord.
That's awesome.
It was
Is
so.
that why all
funny.
the wrenches are rearranged? I come in here and I'm like, what the heck? Like
It's-
only backwoods and his wife are now wrenches, and all the wrenches are like, where'd all
Oh.
our wrenches go? I'm like, I can't do
yeah.
anything if somebody comes in.
No,
I
maybe
feel powerless.
no,
it's fine.
no. I'll redo those wrenches.
Yeah. I
because
heard I think that was from when you did get, I guess you got trolled by
The
the
Bob
famous
button. I've gotta-
troll that some people talk to and invite in.
Yeah.
You can see Bruce in the side chat. It's the Bob button, LOL. So I've got a reputation. As soon as
Mhm.
I trust you
button.
guys won't cheese
you're
me.
remodded.
Oh,
I
well,
trust
thank you.
You guys
I
won't.
feel much more like myself. Hey, Ginger.
Viper has helped me out with different things, and
Yeah.
you guys, because I really don't. I've been on YouTube for a long time, but I've
thanks. I
never
don't feel like I got
participated
in
in live chats.
Mhm.
Just
You're doing great, Bob. For
Yeah.
us, like to relearn all this stuff
mhm.
or just learn it again.
Just learn it.
I
Yeah.
still have a problem figuring out, like when I set up StreamYard ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done it enough to remember. Okay, how do I get back into StreamYard to start my live? You
Oh,
know,
yeah, me too.
yeah, it's a
Me
little
too.
difficult.
It's just
Um,
waiting there for you. Usually, they've got it waiting there.
But
And
do you
since-
go into YouTube or do you go into StreamYard to start? it?
StreamYard.
Okay.
I go into StreamYard. I don't go
Mhm.
into YouTube because YouTube's not the one hosting it. StreamYard is, well, you're using StreamYard and YouTube, I guess, is the platform that's
Right.
hosting it. But you're using StreamYard's, I don't know what that would be called. Their software to do it. Like,
Yeah.
where's Backwoods when we need him? He has all
Yeah,
the
he's here.
Yeah.
terminology, Mr.
I sent him the
IT.
link, but
Genius.
he's probably not ready.
He might be out. I don't know if they go out and do stuff like
Right.
and run errands. Like, what's that like? I've got, actually, I was telling Courtney, she's going to see me on the panel. She's going to be like, that's not grocery shopping. But I checked to see if you were still on, and you were. And I was like, oh, they're still on. Good.
Yeah.
But she called me and said, she made a mistake in the chat. And, she didn't mean to do that with
Yeah.
greeting somebody. I was like, it's okay. It'll be in the
Yeah.
records that you took it out and stuff. But,
Josh, I agree. Fishes is looking beautiful today.
aw, thank you. I
So
know,
are
we
you,
just
Laura,
woke
but
up.
I'll-
I had such a hard time.
I'll say it quietly to you,
Laura
Laura.
always
You've got that
looks
giant
beautiful.
husband.
Laura always looks beautiful.
Yeah, he
That
might watch this
golden
back.
hair.
Yeah. I don't want
Yeah.
him driving up
Creepy
to
Bob.
Washington. Yeah, well,
I didn't tell him I was going live. So
Uh-oh.
I got to make him a mod when he comes on too. So he
Nah,
can
we'll
figure
just
out
put
how-
him in timeout.
That was so
If he
funny.
doesn't like you
He
going
came
live.
home and he's like, I was so mad that guy. And, that
Yeah,
Aquarius
Or
doesn't know who.
yeah,
Who
he
he
doesn't know
is,
anybody yet and what they're
Right.
about. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I mean, he was just trying to protect our channel. And when I explained that to him, I'm like, honey, he's just trying to protect our channel.
No, here's Bruce complaining. I'm still waking
Nice.
up after you guys kept me up at 5 a.m. Oh no, poor Bruce.
I was just, my son was waking me up. He's like, poop
Hi, Shadow Scott.
pants. He's trying
Poop
to tell me.
pants?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's trying to tell me he has poop to get me up. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm, like,
you
great.
guys
I'm an
were-
awesome mom. I'm like a bunch of crack addicts. Like, I can't get up off my bed.
Mhm.
I'm like the foster parents that I used to protect their kids from.
Oh,
But staying up late and drinking a cup of coffee, when that coffee comes out of your system while you're sleeping, it's like,
yeah.
I can't get up.
I know. I wanted to stay on longer last night after the chat, but I was just like,
You're so cute when you're like falling asleep. Like, there goes our friend. There goes our friend Laura again.
Timber.
You do one of these. You like
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
to look, and it's
Uh-huh.
like when you're a kid, you're like, I'm just
Mhm.
resting my eyes, and you're
Yeah.
just barely peeking at us.
I know Courtney just gets that blank stare.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It doesn't move.
She was cracking me up last night, and then she was freezing, and it was like, but she was like smiling the whole time, and so it was almost like she was posing, and then
Yeah.
it would unfreeze.
Yeah.
It was like,
I know. At least she freezes in good positions. Like
Yeah,
when I
she's-
used to do youth, they would always catch pictures of me, and they were like the most awful, like with my mouth open and making
Right.
some face, and
Mhm.
it's like, really. And they loved it. They're like, oh, there's Miss Carol making one of her faces again. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that one was not intentional. That's a really bad picture.
It was fun having Dustin on last night with
It was
Courtney.
always
and,
enjoyable.
yeah, he is
Yeah.
a hoot.
He's got a good sense of humor. He's a smart guy.
Oh, I love you, Citizen Guardian. So happy
Yeah.
you guys got to 1,000. You deserve
Yeah,
it.
me too. That's awesome, Citizen Guardian.
Hey, Shadow Scout Sweet. You must be hitting a good time for the other countries, Laura.
Citizen, did you have any recent videos? There's so many times I don't get subscription. I just don't receive new videos from different people from random. I think it happens to everybody on YouTube.
Mhm.
Right. I was for a while, and I think I stopped getting your videos, or
I think he wasn't shooting as many because his bike he was getting his bike repaired. I
Right.
think that's
And
all
then
I
I caught
remember.
a few after that, and a couple.
Yeah, I haven't gotten those
Yeah.
either. I haven't gotten those notifications. I wonder
Yeah.
if it's just YouTube. Oh, we got one today. He released one today, Bob.
Oh, good.
Okay,
So
I'll look
we'll
for it.
check it out.
Right on.
Do you
I'll
want
look
some
for
of
it.
those, son?
Sometimes I wonder if it's because they're in a different country too. That
Yeah,
Could
we
be.
don't. Yeah.
I don't know you that well, Citizen Guardian. I just remember that from us talking the last time. I think watching your last video. Yeah, that's what I see. He's from Sweden, so you're hitting a good time, Laura. He's from Sweden, and then we got
Yep.
Citizen Guardian, South Africa. Thank you.
How do you find the
And then
Filipinos?
there's me, outer space.
How do you find the Filipinos that are on late? With their live feeds. I mean, do you search? Is there a keyword to search
Hello.
for?
Dirty diaper boy. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
As soon as I go live
Don't
Philippines,
do that.
it
No.
comes
Right.
up with a bunch of news agencies over there on their live feeds, and I've only found a random live once or twice, and that's
Right.
it. Is there a keyword that you use, or
There's a live. If you look up at the top, there's actually lives here. Like at the top, it'll say all live gardening, but that's on like your computer. It'll say it
So
at
I.
the
Oh.
top.
So maybe you type in gardening or whatever you're looking for to be in the live.
You
course.
can do that too. You can type it in gardening, and then but it'll show you like up at the top where you can just push.
on the
button.
YouTube
Google.
page?
Yeah, when you go
Well-
into the YouTube, let me see
Uh-huh.
if I have it open in YouTube.
Oh,
I really enjoy when you're
No,
in the
now
live
that I'm on
feed.
Laura's, it's the main page when you go in, Bob. They have it up at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Would I have
Dirty
to go to my channel to find that, or
It's just right when you come into main YouTube. Like when you open YouTube, it's got it at the top, and then like you're already signed into your account, but you're not on your page. It's just the main page, the main opening page. See, where is backwards log? He knows the terminology.
He's just
And then on the left too, it'll show you subscriptions.
Wake
your
up backwards and
subscriptions, and it'll
Yeah.
have a little dot that they've gone live too. So
Oh,
like
oh
down
yeah,
on the
oh
left
yeah, yeah, yeah,
side,
yeah. Those are okay. I got you.
it'll show you that too. Okay,
Yeah.
no more rags. Thank you. Where did you get that one? Don't go in the garbage. Are you going in the garbage? Good Lord. My day's starting off
Okay.
awesome.
I'll have to
My
do
son
some
is
more
going in the garbage
exploration.
and handing me things.
I'm so glad Jonah's he's OCD and he's a total neat freak.
Oh, I wish.
But he can't stand anything to be on the floor, and sometimes it's a pain.
Oh,
Back in a moment, guys. I
Because
have,
he
Okay.
brings it to me, and I'm like, throw it in the garbage,
in the garbage, please.
He
Yeah.
I
can't
have,
handle
I have to
any-
poop. I have to poop.
Okay, you go.
You have to
poop.
poop. Okay, Bob. Go ahead. Go, Bob. Poop. You're right here. He's laughing at us. I'm right here. Ha ha ha. Backwoods law. I'm trying. I'm going on Bigfoot challenge. Oh, you're going tomorrow night? Okay. At 7. Really hope you can be there. I'm gonna. Oh, bring tissues. Oh no, are you telling your story, Gardner Josh?
Oh,
Aw.
so tomorrow night on
Don't you
Bigfoot,
tease him.
I love
Bruce.
Bigfoot is awesome. I love him,
Yeah.
and Lake Fairy.
Me too. I'm glad. I'm good to see them back in Courtney's chat and all that straightened out. Put that in the garbage and stay out of the garbage. Oh, sorry. Put those in the garbage. Just, no touch. I might have to end up going because Mr. Lively Pants. Come here.
Yeah, I understand.
No, you don't want to? You don't want to say hi to Miss Laura? Say hi to Miss
Hi,
Laura,
buddy.
everybody. Say hi here.
Hi. Hi. How are you doing?
Hi.
What are you doing?
Here's
Are
Miss
you
Laura
playing?
here.
You
That's
playing?
what Mommy does. I talk to my friends.
Alright.
Okay. He says, all right. And takes off. No
Mhm.
idea what you said because I couldn't hear it. It was so good. But
I
he was
was
just like,
asking if he was playing.
he's like, I am now. He went over and started spinning now
Mm,
after you said that. He's like, that's a good idea. Let me go play.
yeah.
He's so full of energy. I wish I just had even half of that energy.
Oh, I know. Me too. Can we bottle that?
Yeah. Oh, I would get so much done. I feel like I live in a hoarder's house right now. It's just all this stuff we had to move around for my mom and then no place to really put it.
Right.
Right? Coffee kicking Bob Blue Farm. Nikki is so along
Probably.
with us. Oh my god.
Probably.
Probably is right. Yeah, mine should kick in pretty soon. Along with my cleaning. I'm gonna be cleaning after little man touching that. Hold on, let's see. No. He also has an affinity for anything paper. So if
Mhm.
you even doing projects with him, I'll be like washing hands after this. Even doing projects with him, I have to grab it off the table right away or it becomes trash because he wants to crumble it up. He gets too excited
Mm-hmm.
with paper. Paper's like so exciting to him. No, sorry,
It's
mommed
okay.
you. He's never in the garbage. Of course, when I'm on here, he's trying to go in the garbage
Of
and pull out
course.
all the tissues or papers. It's not
Well,
like
you
snot
know,
rags, it's cleaning
it's-
rags. Stop.
It's like Jonah trying to throw the apple pie on the floor.
Oh
Actually,
my
I think he
gosh,
was trying to
good
put it in the
cat.
garbage.
He was trying to put it in the garbage. You know,
Mhm.
I know a mom that her little one was just like, there might have been some speech delays, but there wasn't anything else really going on.
Mhm.
She threw away a check that was given to the mom in the garbage because she saw all her sisters throwing things in the garbage and she thought she would help out too and saw at least that's what put it in there. Hold on 1 second. Let me
Okay.
just handle this
Yep.
situation.
So, Klingon Princess, I have a question for you. I was thinking about that. Are you really into Star Trek and all of that stuff? And if so, do you like to go to the big what are those called? Those big conferences where they do a lot of Star Trek stuff.
Oh, that's weird. My computer just is telling me all of a sudden how to do this, like through commands.
Oh,
That's so
interesting.
strange. I've never had my computer show me that. Like how to get to mute it. It's like
Oh.
press command plus D. I'm like, where the
Huh.
heck have you been the whole time I had this Mac?
Yeah.
I would have loved that. Why did I turn that on?
I know. I want to turn that on. Maybe I'd figure
Wet
things out.
ones.
Yes.
The help of mothers everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
The help of mothers. Sorry,
Yeah.
what were you saying when I came up?
No, I was asking Klingon Princess, is she into the Star Trek thing? Is that why she has her name? And does she go to the conferences that the big,
Oh yeah,
conferences like
that are like almost cosplays because people dress up and everything.
yeah.
Meet
Because
everybody.
we used to live a block away from the convention center in Portland, downtown Portland, and we
Yeah.
would see people going to those the big conventions, and they
like
would be
Comic
dressed
Con
up.
and stuff.
Yeah, Comic-Con.
Mhm.
And they would dress up so elaborately, and they did it like 8 times a year at that convention center. So
Yeah.
it was just crazy.
And a lot of them make their own costumes, which is
Mhm.
unbelievable. Like they really get into
Yeah.
making it, and they're super creative. It's kind of different, some of them, but then others are just doing it for fun and stuff. But my daughter did that with, I don't know if it was a character from one of her games. We don't usually, until now, because she's 23. I didn't like Hot Topic. I didn't want to go in there or anything. But I didn't realize that they sell all that kind of stuff, like the outfits for like cosplay and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When
The-
not all the outfits. They'll
Right.
have certain ones, and she got some kind of vest that's for one of her games that she plays, and then ordered the skirt. Yeah, she really likes of course, the one that I think is like sexualized too over in Japan. The one that Bob would love. What is her name?
Klingon Princess.
Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon.
I've seen some of the Klingon costumes, and they are really impressive. Really impressive that go to the conventions.
Cold shoulders need love too.
I like how women dress at those conventions. Ooh.
Yeah.
Love you, Josh.
Well, I
Have a
was
safe
telling-
day at work.
I was telling the panel that we used to live like a block away from the convention center downtown,
Mhm.
and we used to watch, and we had like huge windows on our apartment, and so it looked over the street, and they'd all come to the right below our apartment was a Starbucks, and so they'd all come to the Starbucks too and just stand around, and they're all dressed up and all these awesome
Nice.
costumes and stuff. So it was just really interesting to watch. But yeah, you'd find a lot of those ones too, fishes that was sexualized costumes, and they were more of like the Japanese cartoon characters.
Yeah, they always seem to
Anime,
be. It
yeah.
goes towards
Mhm.
anime. Some of the characters, they have the like, how do you say it? The safer ones that are, I guess
Yeah.
for the younger, and then it goes full anime.
Mhm.
Right.
Adult.
Yeah.
I like it. Comic-Con.
See, I said it.
Comic-Con.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Comic-Con.
Bob would like it. Oops,
Uh-huh.
this way.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because I
You
said,
know-
Well, I mean, they do have, I guess,
no, get there.
at some of the Comic-Cons, they have a porn website section too. So
Really?
yeah, at the
Oh.
one that was in Portland, and you'd see there are a lot of what is that called when they dress up as animals? Plushie, not plushies.
I know it. Furries. The furries.
Furries.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
Furries
of that.
that would
That,
go to
Mhm.
those.
Yeah.
just puzzles me. I don't.
Yeah,
get
that's what
that.
started the whole. Oh, I can't say it. This is a
It-
daytime chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like well,
But little things that you wear in
Mm-hmm.
the tushy
yeah.
is from the furries.
I don't know if it's still. I don't know if it's still a thing, but I really enjoyed the videos that were filmed in steampunk.
Yeah, they're real
gallery.
creative too. Yeah.
Really nice, man. Some of those
Yeah.
people, when everything was made of brass and leather and
Mhm.
that was just
Mhm.
really creative. They look like with their aviator glasses, and
Mhm.
that was cool stuff, man. I dig it.
I never kind of understood like what it was about, like where it really came from, like if it was from a novel or like where that
I
whole
think
thing
it kind of,
started.
well, in Oregon and like areas where they were taking industrial areas and making them into residents,
Yeah.
kind of developed a steampunk kind of look,
Oh,
but I don't
cool.
know if it turned into a cultural thing.
Yeah, it's a whole like what Bob was saying. They dress up. It's
Oh,
been
okay.
for a while. That's
Mhm.
why I'm saying like I don't
Hmm.
know if that it was from a book, like where they got these looks from characters
Hmm.
that they read about, or if it was a game.
Right.
Because yeah, they do the aviator goggles with like the big top hat, like um
Mhm.
Al had one. Al had that hat that was very much steampunk with
Mm-hmm.
the goggles,
Mhm.
and then the women will wear like the bustier with
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's almost like a pirate outfit, but then it's different. It's completely different because then they'll have like the little fancy hat to the side,
Right.
like
Mhm.
Victorian. It's like a bunch of things intermingled. Thank you.
There was a movie that
No more.
Angelina Jolie
No.
was in, and
No more.
it was it was a fantasy movie. It was about blimps or dirigibles, zeppelins, flying machines, and
Mhm.
the whole movie was steampunk.
Mm.
And I didn't understand. I didn't know anything about steampunk until I found it on YouTube, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, look at that! These they take a spin off from some of her costumes and
Mhm.
the flight
Mhm.
crew costumes, and
Yeah.
because stuff on the ground was all steam powered, but the
Yeah, it was during
aviation
that.
was
What's that industrial age when it was steam powered? Or
right.
okay,
It
yeah,
was
it's from the industrial age, that period.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
But they were like still flyers. They would fly like
Mhm,
that's I think where it comes from, right? Like they were
mhm.
flying the zeppelins too.
Yeah.
Zeppelins and some of the old biplanes and
Mm-hmm.
early aviation. They
Yeah.
mixed it all together in that movie. I was,
Mm-hmm.
man, how creative! And I
Yeah.
saw that some of that was started by movies like that, where they spun off. And
Okay, that's what
I
I'm
think,
wondering where it came from, or if
mhm.
the movies came out of the style and from a book, like how they usually will buy the rights to certain books or play and turn it into a
Yeah.
screenplay.
I've seen like where they've tried to take it into shows and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and um, my daughter was auditioning for a show that had a bunch of
Hi, baby.
steampunk kind of look to it,
Yeah.
Marching.
and the artist who was doing the stage stuff um, would create a bunch of steampunk stuff for it, and it was just really kind of cool what they
Amazing.
made out of just piping and
Yeah,
Mhm.
that all that stuff is handmade.
mhm,
Yeah,
That's what
it
I
is.
really like is the creativity. Because you
mhm,
can't go out and buy these costumes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all handmade. It's like, wow.
yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, well, that's what too part of cosplay is the costuming, and they compare like, well, how did you do that?
Hmm.
And a lot of it is that creativity, and oh, I use this, and that's how I made this kind of
mhm.
effect. And some people, of course, will probably not tell you
Oh, Cosmic
'cause
Cult
they.
or Cosmic Citizen Guardian says it's from a book.
From a book? Okay. Yeah.
Hmm. KGW K.
KW Cheddar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right
okay.
on. Now we know. And then it all spiraled out from there. I used there
Oh.
was a fella here on YouTube a long time ago. He had a channel and he would set up booths at the events, and it was mostly so they could talk about what they made. But his specialty was he would take plastic squirt guns
Mhm.
from Walmart, and and he was futuristic steampunk guns,
Oh, wow.
and
Yeah.
how he would melt plastic and put drops of plastic on the guns to make them look like it was riveted together, rather than
Mhm.
it was all pre-welding,
Wow.
and all of his little guns were, and he I mean,
Huh.
I subscribe to him, but his channel, a lot of YouTubers only stay for a few years and then they go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be, I think, hey, wide. I've got my thing. I'm doing my groceries while I'm
Mhm.
grocery shopping while I'm talking. Yeah, I think from what Citizen Guardian is saying, it says it's in a world where steam and coal tech advance for far past electronics. So that would be nice. That's like
Mhm.
dreamy. But it also could be beyond the shift, really.
Mhm.
Like
Well,
where, we're headed if we have a shift and it knocks out all our electronics, we'll have to go back to
the
steam and
quirky.
coal and they're taking it away.
There was for a short
The coal.
period of time, very short period. It wasn't as popular as steampunk, but it was called diesel punk. It
Hmm.
was like post-apocalyptic, and
Hmm.
some of the some of them had their tower computers. This was a while ago, and they would dress up their computer towers to look like after the apocalypse, when you cobbled together stuff that is left after the nuclear disaster or whatever. And
Yeah.
some of those guys were very creative, but I haven't seen any videos from these guys for a long, long time.
Yeah, I don't remember that movement at all.
Yeah,
But
it
then
did.
again, being a mom, I was kind of,
Yeah.
doing the homeschooling thing. I was kind of in a cave.
Mhm.
What Ginger Ninja said, we missed it, Laura. She said she has a steampunk sword cane that looks like a claw. Did you guys read that while I was attending my son? And it's holding an eyeball on top, and she's going to auction it or raffle it. I forget how you have to say that. Excuse me.
Yeah, there's a certain word you can't use.
Yeah,
Or
there's
something.
certain
Yeah.
words you can't
Mhm.
use. I'm going to doing a raffle to raise money for the orphanage in Uganda. That's
Oh,
all.
Nice, very nice, very well, good job.
No, I haven't seen the Wasteland Festival in the desert.
I haven't either. I've never heard of that.
That's probably all like creatives too that are at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Um,
only thing is my folks that not my folks that gave birth to me, but my folks that I hung out with in school are usually the ones always at those festivals and such. Although a lot of them, grew up and got jobs, but
Mm-hmm.
the
some of
king is
them
here. The
some
king
of them fell
Poobah.
into the drug art culture and just
Mm.
follow festivals and do those things.
Yeah,
But I mean, go ahead.
with my channel, I created a lot was stay in communication with the family overseas
Yeah.
and all. And like today, the only video I'm planning on making is showing some of these things, these kitchen tools, and
Yeah.
like I got the ones set aside, like made in Japan and Italy, and
Yeah.
just so that Miss Berlin knows what's coming.
Coming.
Yeah,
And she can also put dibs on certain things and saying yes, yes, Bob,
certainly.
I want that one. That's for
Uh-huh.
me.
Certainly, yeah.
It's a good
And
idea.
You guys,
I
I have to end the chat because I've got something interesting to deal with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Have fun with
Later,
that.
Laura.
Yeah.
Later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Maybe I'll open one. No, I can't. All right. Bye, guys. Love
Bye.
you.
Bye. Bye. Okay.